Guten morning, everybody. It's not easy to say actually, guten morning. I'm gonna make this a thing now. So guten morning, people. I'm gonna fix two overlays, the sword overlay and my smiley overlay. If you have any questions, I can make a more detailed video if there's some interest. So feel free. Also, if you wanna see other things or anything, feel free. You are a free person. You can do anything you want. So, good. What I want to fix is when the shield appears or disappears, then parts of the sword disappear here as well, because I'm using a material shader and they share the same material. And while this is kind of cool, it's not on purpose, so I want to fix that. While I still want to keep the flame thing here. So let's do that, and then I want to fix another overlay, which is the moon, the puking moon overlay. So that's what I do. So welcome, do I do what I do when I do what I do to my stubborn segment. Okay, it's here. So here you can see 2. That means I have using 2 times the material. So I'm gonna split that. Now I'm gonna fix this guy here. I think it's the easiest thing is to just ignore the alpha. Yeah, I think I can just do that. That should actually fix that. So, yeah, and it's still, yeah, that's about it. That's already done. Boom, and now it works as it's supposed to work. So the sword is from, I think it's from 2021. I have to check that again. It's an, you know, you're getting better when you do stuff. So I would do it in a different way, model this guy in a different way. But creatively, it's still good. But what is probably something you should, you see, it's pretty flat. I actually adjusted it a bit, so not too flat, but it would actually be rounder, So, and yeah, maybe something like that. I don't know. But for this animation, it doesn't really matter so much. It works. Also, the shield. The shield is new, but it's a lazy one. I can show you the backups quickly if you. Here are some backups. So the idea is that I can actually make a really good shield and then give you some details and then baking the details on a low poly. That would be interesting. So here, and I used here an interesting Benny method. Anyway, so I fixed that. Let's render that. It's also a nice fix because if I like it, I can basically. I'm just gonna HD 3. Yeah, I'm not overriding the other one because I like the other one too. And if I like it, I can easily redo it. Also, the cool thing about that method, about those guys, look at that. This is the resolution of those guys. It's completely fine. It's so nice rendered in using Blender, rendering things in such a tiny resolution. I really enjoy that process. Okay, let's render that. So it's already starting, and while this is going on, I'll open. Oh no, I think I know where the file is. We're gonna open the smile then. Yeah, I'm also thinking about doing a monthly read your comments videos, or at least a monthly update video, where you can write suggestions, what you want to see and stuff like this. It would be weird because there are, it would be months without any comments, but I mean, not that it matters, so I probably do it anyways. And then I found other things. I have some The things I have, you know, before YouTube, I recorded some videos, gameplay footage, when we played friends, you know, together. And I have some old videos from Battlefield 2 from a friend. Recently made a package for him so he can download their videos again. So we did some fun stuff from a little Battlefield movie we did. Unfortunately, I cannot share that here because I used music which wouldn't work with YouTube. But maybe showing that because I captured it back then with you have captured that with it was called TV card or something. Long before streaming, long before YouTube even. I mean, YouTube existed, but not in this degree. So yeah. Anyway, digress again. Let's check out the new thing first. I have to open my finished overlays and look for a new sort. Copy and paste that into here, and then drag and drop it into there. And now this is the new one, but it doesn't loop yet. I have to loop it. So let's check this out in full screen for myself too. So let me check. Yeah, see, that's the difference between those guys now. You can compare them. And this one is not reset transformed, so this is the size. Now they are both the same. So left one is, no, the right one, you see the sword is partially not there. So this is how the left one is how I meant to do that. But now this one is fixed. Okay, that's good. So I can get rid of the other one. Delete that right away. So here we go. What's next? Moon guy, I said. Okay. Saving this one, and now we're gonna open the moon guy. So shields, zero overlay. What is that? Ah, this is the whole palm animation. Overlay room. Smiley blender. Smiley 3D, I think. And which one is the newest one? 16th September. Yeah, this one. I think so. Okay, let's open this guy. Here he is. It's very simple, very straightforward, because you don't have to pay really. You don't have to do a good job. This is not a good animation style, but it works for the smiley. I just have to fix the glitches. For that I have to check when they are occurring actually. Oh, that's weird. I don't even see the glitch. Let me check something. Maybe it's just the glitch appears. Oh, what is happening here? Huh? Oh, I see. Ah, because the fluid simulation. Yeah, the fluid simulation is not there. Yeah, that is right. Where is my fluid? This is the rainbow. Water. Ah, I see. Yeah, that makes sense because I have to start from the beginning. Ooh, I don't remember that anymore. Might be the reason that it's gone because I maybe have to do the fluid stuff again if it was baked. So I'm confused. No, this is the liquid. Shading data. How did I do this again? Here somewhere. Yeah, it must be here somewhere. The thing is, I didn't do that very often, the fluid stuff. I almost never touched that. So that was, I mean, I know the principle of it, and giving enough thinking time, I get what I want, but I'm not an expert here, so I have to check where. How do I get rid of the baking again? So I cannot change. It must be here somewhere. Looking for the, here we go. So we have to bake this again. Probably this is not existing anymore, that's why. So I free this all, and I bake this all again. That should actually, yeah. Also, the sky is in the way. So. Good, let's see. I haven't worked. Here we go. There is my puking guy again. Okay, now let's see why is there a glitch in the video. Let me turn this off here for a second. Maybe it's because there's a discrepancy of that called. Wait, subdivision is correct. Subdivision is correct. I'm gonna show you what I mean. There is here my overlay moon guy here. You see? And this guy glitches somewhere here. Let me check that in full screen for myself too. So let's make this guy a bit bigger. Yeah, at the beginning it glitches, right? Yeah. Let me see, let me go back a bit. Okay, right at the beginning. Then it must be, let's turn this off before I forget, somewhere here. That's weird. Maybe it's a different file. Maybe I fixed the glitch and this is already the fixed version. Maybe I should render that again because it looks fine here. Yeah, so I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna render that again. Like that. Here's the rainbow. Rainbow is also funny, but I have to do this in a different way. Okay. Yeah, let's do it. Let's render it again and see if the glitch is there. Just maybe really step by step. Check this out. Maybe in this view, maybe. No, start from the beginning again. Because I remember that I worked on the eyes a bit, on the expression. And again, there are so many methods to do that, but the overlays, they don't need to be perfect because they just have to look good. They're not going into games, at least not in this way. They could still, you can still make a 2D version of this. You can just use a 2D plane to show the animation. So in this way, they can go into games saving performance like easily. That is doable. Anyway, let's render that again. Let me check the path. I'm gonna overwrite the other one. And here. Moongai. Overwrite. This one. Render that animation. It renders already. Okay. No, video. No, I have a little bit of a stupid system here. Now I have to go into the other folder. You don't see that. So finished overlays, Moongai. Copy. And then I have to go into the video, finished overlays, and replace the Moongai existing in here. Maybe even replacing this guy also. Just or I'm gonna just maybe I should replace this guy. Maybe I say what if I rename this one here? Moongai delete. So I'm not sure if this still works. So we can compare maybe. Paste this in. Could not paste file. Why not? Finished overlays, Moongai. No, it works. Okay. Oh, no, it should work. Okay, that should be. Yeah, here's the new Moongai. Let's place him here. I have to loop him now. It still glitches, no? Yeah, there's a little glitch. I can only see when it's rendered. That's a tough one. That is a tough one, I gotta say. Okay, deleting that straight away. No. Ooh, how do I make this visible that I can see that actually happening here? So let's deactivate this one. Better idea. I'm gonna put this animation into Blender so I can see exact the time. That's a great idea. Lucas, sometimes you're so stunning. I know. I have so great ideas. Finished overlays. And now Moongai. Where's my Moongai? Here we go. Moongai. Oh, yeah, that's annoying. Where is my... Hey. Okay, let me reopen that. Moongai. Maybe like so. Okay, now mesh plane. Or let's just hide everything for now. And now click then. Let's do this again. Recent one. Moon guy. Here we go. That's the animation so far. And I have to cycle that here. Stop. Huh? What did I see? It's in here and I cannot move this guy around. Okay, makes sense. Good, now I can unhide everything. Now we can actually, we should be able to actually now identify the frame, the exact frame where the glitch is happening. Let's check this out. Here's something. At this particular frame, there is something wrong. So this is frame 17. It's only frame 17. Oh, not even. Oh, no, it's just repeating. That's the thing, because it's repeating. But only one frame is. We have to pay attention to frame 17. Okay. Then let's figure this out here. 17. Something is off here. That's a hard one because what is mostly the case is that there is that one value is different in the preview and to the final render, which sometimes is like that. For example, this one is sometimes higher than the render itself, but this is not the case in here, so I wouldn't know. Maybe it's the solidifier responsible for that. That's a tough one because the tough one is really I cannot see the glitch happening here. That is really hard to figure out what is actually responsible for that. Shrink wrap, maybe. Let's check out if I can produce the glitch. No. What if I give him more details? No. Maybe we can leave the solidifier off because it doesn't do much except makes the eye a little bit rounder. But for the final result, it shouldn't matter anyway so much. Let's go over that again. Maybe has to do collection. But what if it's not this guy? Probably is the solidifier modifier. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, really the tough one really is that I cannot see. Okay, anyway, let's try a different approach. Let's see, maybe it's not, maybe those guys are kind of responsible for that. So visible shadow. We don't need a shadow of this guy, definitely not. Liquid, it's okay. The water Yeah, this is the obstacle. Maybe the obstacle was responsible for that. And the problem is really that I cannot see that. Okay, I would say I'm gonna leave both off for now. So no solidifier and then we try to figure out if this cleaned it, and I can just overwrite the existing one. It's already faster too. Weird glitches in the background. I think this is due to the Linux. Okay. Now let's check out the this guy here. Yeah, a good thing is it's not moving. That means it was replaced, which is good. Maybe that helps. Or if I just let it search for it quickly. No. Then I'm gonna just copy, delete, paste. Yeah, that helped. This was resetting. Ah, you see that? There is really, I mean, that's a weird thing. This is a, I think I fixed my guy now, but there is a weird graphical glitch happening. Ah, maybe it's because of this guy, because this one is partially in the view, maybe. Could that be? And again, it's in this, why is it always here? Because it's active, I think. I think I know what a glitch is happening. Yeah, it's partially in the view, that's the problem. So it's being rendered actually, but I don't need this guy. This is just for, it doesn't have to be in the render. It can be like that. Okay, that should, okay, now I have to save this file, render it again, overwriting it. I think it's fine without the solidifier. The eye are not that smooth, but this is a lower resolution anyways. You wouldn't be able to tell. Oh, there's still a glitch going on. Well, I can already screw that. Let's just delete it for some reason. Maybe this is just causing a problem. Let's render it again. And now it's cleaner. Shouldn't have been in the final render, but sometimes it is what it is. And now it's happy. Okay, let's check this out. Let's bring this guy back like that. Or just pasting it in again and hiding everything else. Yeah, I'm a little bit do the same thing. I think I need to activate this one. Now when I paste in, it would be here. Okay. The eyes. What the heck? Isolate. What? Oh, doesn't work. Okay. No. So, and see, this is also what I meant when you want to do like game stuff for game engines. You would just basically use this as a 2D plane and it would work totally fine. You have to just make sure it works. It always faces the camera, and then you have a low, like a low, low poly, but you know, performance-friendly method to show some weird things in games. That totally works. It would be though a little bit. Depending, I would probably decrease the resolution. Also, actually, I should do that right now because this resolution is. There was a weird thing. I have noticed this when I did some GIMP stuff also. But sometimes when you want to show like when you create a painting or when you create a smiley in Photoshop even, and you have a high resolution, I can show you that actually. I can show you what I mean. So look at this guy here. The smaller I make this guy. Let me just pause this for a second. No, it's not paused. Hey, stop. No. I have to preview it for myself. So this one here, you can see it looks like it's on the rim, the white, you see the white stuff? I know, but you know what I mean, yeah, about the smiley here. So yeah, this one, it looks like a bad cutout, right? And when you make it bigger, it's completely smooth. That's because this guy is rendered stupidly in a much higher resolution than it needs to be for an overlay. So basically, I have to redo this guy too, just render it on a lower resolution to make him smoother, which is weird. But it makes sense, and it's also better for performance, because they are meant to be small anyways, so render them at a small scale is definitely a benefit. Okay, let's close this window here, and I'm gonna make this one here. Basically, I could do either half that or say render at 50% of what I set up here. But anyway, I'm gonna just say -2, and then copy that. So, and this guy bye-bye, and we're gonna override this again because I really don't need this high resolution. Also, what I could do, oh no, this is actually, I cannot go nearer to the smiley because the idea is that this guy is puking, and I wanna see his puke. Yeah, give it to me, baby. Give it to me, baby. Actually, a good song. So good. Yeah, let's override that. And then I actually can also go. I have the inappropriate smiley, which is a smoking guy with a fat, big cigarette, which I should advertise for YouTube. Like a big YouTube channel just about enjoying a cigarette. So, yeah. Anyway, a cigar. Apologies to one specific person, to Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah, only this person. Yeah. So. You know, the Arnold Schwarzenegger, it's an interesting guy, sure. I mean, but I really, I always kind of I like the movies always, but the guy itself, I wasn't never sure, but he kind of grew over the years on me, because he said certain things which I really think are one thing is particularly true. One thing which I always see everywhere. It's simple, but it works. It's basically he always says that there is no self-made man, meaning that you cannot do anything by yourself. And I can see that everywhere. This is one. It's simple, yes, but it's also simple statements are great, because it doesn't have to be complicated always. There are so many people explaining things in this intelligent, wise, overcomplicated way, in this very philosophical, over dramatized way. It's not needed. It's you can correct me on that, but I think Albert Einstein said something similar. It's like, if you have to, basically it's better to explain things as simple as possible, or if you cannot explain it simple, you don't understand it. And I think that it's fine to explain things complicated to people on the same level. So if you are a scientist and you talk to your colleagues, it makes sense talking in a complicated way to them, because you have better words describing certain methods, certain processes, which basically save some time, because everybody knows those words. You can communicate faster and more precise, so that's good. But there are people who are using the same method to talk to newcomers. Some of them just cannot understand. Some of them don't do this on purpose. So some specialists, they talk to people who have no idea, explaining things too complicated, but do not do this on purpose. They just not used to talking to normals, or they just cannot put themselves into the other person's shoes, and forgot how difficult it can be when you're just starting out. So if it's done on purpose, that's fine. But there are some people who wanna blow you away with how intelligent they are, and they on purpose sound more choosing words which they know you don't know what that means, you know, to make yourself a little bit, to make the other person tinier. Those people are assholes. Those people I hate, and I can tell when somebody is doing that. But I also met one when we were somewhere, a younger guy. He was he was good. He did something. I don't remember what exactly. He was like 25 or something. A nice person, but he was overeducated, you know, and he tried to explain, he tried to talk about, he wanted to explain what he is doing actually, which was not an ordinary thing that I got, but he wasn't able to pick us up to explain it in a way that a normal person can understand. But not on purpose. He was completely fine, but he was like, I think he was just overeducated. So yeah, but a good guy. So anyway, good. So this one is done. Let's check out the final product. Yeah. So Moongai. Where is it? Finished overlays and then moon. To the moon. Have to search. Hey, there is one thing about Linux which is great. It's really searching. When you, for example, it's great. It's a nice feeling. It's really, really good. And about me, I can also say that, you know, you don't know that, but I switched from Windows to Linux for obvious reasons. Not quite switching. I still have Windows 11 on my laptop. I could talk about this. It is my honest opinion is it's really good. I really enjoy it, especially for private reasons, and you know that is just a nice thing, getting some control back. But whenever there is an inconvenience, whenever there's something doesn't work the way I expect that, I wanna go back to Windows. I'm not saying that because Linux sucks. I'm saying that because it's honest. It's honestly what I feel. When games do not run, when something doesn't run and I want to do it and I know it runs on Windows, that is hard. This is the hardest part. Anyway, so let's delete that guy here and paste this guy here in. I couldn't paste it again. Why not? Sometimes, yeah, that's the next thing. Sometimes it's just weird. How Linux Moon. Copy and paste sometimes doesn't pick up when I say Control V. I think sometimes it doesn't work. Couldn't paste. Why not? Freaking annoy me right now. Copy, paste. Couldn't paste the file. Why not? It doesn't make freaking sense here. Copy. Maybe if I. No. Anyway, now it worked. So I have to put this guy here back. Let's see if the glitch is gone. Make him bigger. I have to group him. Now he is perfect. You are perfect now. So I'm gonna make him tiny again. So this is his original size. And it works. It's a very low resolution, but for this purpose it works. Now let's fix the other smileys while I'm at this anyway. So this one, for example, I want to override. That is called smiley A. Makes sense. So I'm gonna save here again. Going back to smiley A. And there is no smiley A. Because this is a 2D thing. Okay, I need the 2D. Oh yeah, here's the good smiley. But first, this one, smiley A. You can see here's the smiley, and all I have to do here is just changing the resolution from this to this, and now this should just work perfectly fine. And also this is not on the desktop anymore, this has changed as well. I have to go to smileys and override the existing one. No, finished overlays, and now smiley A. Accept and save and render, overriding this guy, and it's already done because there's not much going on here. And now I have to replace this one with the other one. So first I'm gonna just delete that one. Bye. Smiley A is in here, copy and paste and replace. That's good. So smiley A, drag and drop. Now you can see he can be smaller and also cleaner on the sides. But when I make him bigger now, then we have like, see? Well, I have to see that in full to confirm myself. Yeah, now you see it's much cleaner. So although the resolution is lower, it's cleaner. When you want to have a tiny overlay, you should really render it tiny, because otherwise you're getting some weird glitches when you try to shrink them. Same thing I remembered when I did some Photoshop stuff. So okay, this guy is appropriate. This guy is proper now. I'm gonna reset the transform like so, put him in here. Yeah, so that's good. Now saving that one and opening the inappropriate guy. This is my brother's favorite. And me, because you know my anxiety is, I'm a creative guy, so sometimes I'm more confident, sometimes not. This really changes, shifts, you know. You know, because I'm thinking. I think the thinking is while thinking is great, sometimes it's just overdone. I'm sometimes freaking myself out, which maybe I should do meditation again too. It benefits so many things. Not to get a higher stage. That is something stupid. when people, I think it's stupid to try achieving a higher stage when you want to feel special. I think you can only do that when you don't try. I know. But anyway, for health benefits and for calming benefits, it's great. So let's resolution is already changed, and this guy doesn't exist anymore. Meaning I have smiley B and smiley C, and smiley C is the same. Well, doesn't matter. I overwrite smiley C and render this guy now. And yeah, that's why my brother said actually this guy reminds him on Arnold Schwarzenegger. Obviously. And you cannot see that shit when you open your phone, try to look for any cigarettes or something. You will not see that because, you know, it's considered bad, which is fine. It is not good for you. But I think the more you try to control people, the more freedom you take away from them. I think people need to make some stupid decisions if they want to, without pointing fingers at them. That's something which sucks about this world, about the society. It's so freaking judgmental always. It's not perfect, but it's also a zeitgeist thing. It's a thing people did for a long time, and now everybody, oh, look at you. I stopped smoking because I was young. I had a good motivation. It's not easy for everybody. If you don't have motivation, then it's hard stopping. It's really, really hard to stop. And then blaming people for that is really, it just really sucks. So, yeah, society is sometimes so fucking annoying. Okay. Yeah, I truly think that. Anyway, here we go, saving that. And now we're gonna replace the smiley C here. So smiley C is right now also this guy, which is not true. So I'm gonna replace that. And let's now go into do this again. Now I have to smiley C, copy, replace. Okay, and drag and drop. And here back is Mr. Inappropriate. So the other thing is wait, where is my inappropriate guy? I have to loop him. Looping this guy. Back he is. And this is like that first, and now I'm gonna positioning him. Here we go. So now they are much cleaner. See, let's check out the moon guy. No. I like it so far. Yeah, I have also the rainbow guy, puking the rainbow. I really would like to show this guy better, but the thing is the rainbow guy is not done so well. The puking rainbow, where is he? Open. Well, let's save this file first. Open, 3D again, rainbow guy. Moon guy. In principle I could use the moon guy to show the rainbow guy, I think. But this one here, the thing is I was thinking about a nice method to make him puke the rainbow. That's a weird thing. Okay, well maybe it's not the file here. This doesn't look like. I can use the moon guy because basically the rainbow is still there. Maybe an upgraded version. He looks shocked now. Water, deactivate. Let's check this out. It's not connected to this guy. But basically this would be between the moon animation here. This is just a shader. This is not a simulation. This one is really just a shader. Yeah. So where's the alpha crap? Alpha is here. Then I think this. No, this one here. Yeah. Yeah. That's not animated. I wonder why. Let me open another one. Although I like this one better than the other one, but this is, I think this led me basically to use the fluid simulation instead of the shader. I think that's how it went. What is it? Null smiley C water. No. I think this must be this guy, but why is it not moving with it? Why is this so weird? Maybe this is just a second. There must be another one. Here we go. No, I just pasted it into. I don't know anymore. Here we go. This is the guy. Maybe it wasn't, for some reason didn't really load. So this would be the moon guy. He's fine, but I think he suffers from the same glitch. And you know what? I just forgot. What was the problem actually? Either solidify or the other one I see here. And maybe I'm gonna override the rainbow too. Let's do the same thing here. Let's say I mean, let me check out the rainbow smile if he glitches also. I think he does. I think the eyes do glitch. Let me check this out. But up mana. Bum 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 bum. Where is my rainbow? Smiley water. Ah, rainbow here. So this guy. Except the eyes. One, let me just do the full screen here. Except the eyes and the mouth is a problem, I think. Yeah, let's do this guy a little bit better. I kind of like him. I mean, I like the idea, but I don't like the how do you say it? The final version. There's a word of saying that. Execution. I do not like the execution of it, but the idea I like pretty much. Anyway, let's do that. Maybe already this one I think I don't need. This is the inner thing which I just left. There is a reason for that. Again, I'm not gonna go too detailed because it's also a while ago since I've done that. But I use here a shrink wrap method to actually this one here not being the render, and I can hide that here to keep the shape while changing the expression of the face. And also this one, this material should not give some light back, so have a better mouth here. Why I haven't done that in the first place? Because no, I think yeah, one is a good value. So this is completely dark. He's so happy. And this one again, don't need that for now. I need it as a reminder, so I don't want to completely get rid of it. But what I need is the rainbow. Ah, rainbow is also back. Camera is back. Then this one. Yeah. Only I don't know. I don't like that he's so shiny. Maybe it's less shiny. So green is good, but the green value might be too high. Too intense maybe. Or maybe I can use without changing those settings. Those settings a bit. Maybe not coat, maybe something else. Maybe sheen. Let's try this one. Yeah, that's also good. Yeah, let's not make them too green. Just a little bit of I don't feel so good. And yeah, let me say this is not a political statement. And I never liked the rainbow flag as an artistic flag. I think a rainbow looks only good in the sky. This is not a political statement. It's my personal artistic stage. I don't like how it looks. I don't like the German flag. Also, the colors to me, they do not really fit very well. But there is a fun fact. In different parts of Germany, sometimes when the sun goes down, and I don't know if this has a connection. I've never really bothered for that. But I think I remember from my childhood, at some places in Germany, when the sun goes down, it sometimes shows those colors on the sky. Not in every part, and not in every. It has to be the right season. It has to be then you see kind of those colors. I think maybe this has to do something with it. but on a flag itself, I don't really like it. But I'm not a big fan of flags. However, the American flag, and I do not know why, it looks good. It's a really nice flag from a visual perspective. I'm not a flag guy. I'm not a guy who cares, who identifies with those things, because I think I can only identify with who I am as a person. But from an artistic point of view, from a taste point of view, I like the American flag. Japanese flag is also cool because it's very simple and very clean. Polish flag, it's my land where I come from. I don't like it either. It's not great. Yeah. Also not the England, Britain flag. I don't like either. That's just sad. But it's also weird that, you know, when you do stuff like this, that you have to that you think about that. It's also stupid, you know. I mean, the thing here with the rainbow here is on the sides, you know. It would be better if this would be more wavy, not so just a line. Maybe I can do that quickly with I think I can just adjust that here. Either that or really that. Check this out. Is this better? Maybe this one is fine. Maybe this one is where I want to have a little bit of something. This is actually I kind of like it. I don't know what it is, but it's actually good. You know, let's keep working on that. I like that. That's, you know, maybe this is actually funnier than what I had in mind. It's also I really mean that best things are really on accident. It's just you try something out and you say, oh, that's actually cool. And I think most artists, they do things accidentally. The best work is just they see, oh, what is that, and they just go with that. And later on, if they are honest, I think they would admit that this is just you know who was honest? The I don't remember his name, but he was a good teacher for people who wanted to paint. The guy with plenty of hair, with a big head of hair, you know, and Bob Ross. He was actually always honest. He always said something about that. But unfortunately, it doesn't work in this way. The thing is, I can make it work though. Let me save this. Save as rainbow. C. Let me just adjust that here. The shader now. Now I have to think how I did that. not this one. What the heck? Or is it maybe this guy just? Yeah, this one I have to increase the. Yeah, eventually it has to disappear. For the endless loop, this has to just disappear. Yeah, Bob Ross was great because I think he was saying like stuff like happy accidents and so on. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Although I want to have a smoother. More interesting. Maybe also this behind him. Check this out. That's not bad, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. It's not good enough. However, let's try another trick. Not done yet. Convert to mesh. And now let's dissolve, limit dissolve. Yeah, that's good. Now so, now so, now so, now so. No, this guy has to disappear. Dissolve vertex. This. So for now. Or maybe that would be easier. Convert to curve, back to curve. No. Convert to curve. What? No. Convert to mesh first. Convert to curve. Ah, it's smoother. That's good. But now I have to adjust this guy here. Saving it. If I would remember how I did this in particular, that's also a thing when you do. I'm doing a bunch of shit. Always different stuff, which is not. It just I cannot help myself. This is how I operate. I'm very distracted, and then I forget how I did things. So this is the. No, this one is I think maybe even. What is this doing anyway? Doesn't do anything. But it should do something. It's responsible for something. I don't know for what though right now. Oh. Yeah, this one. Okay, hold on a second. I'm gonna be quiet for a while. Okay, sometimes yeah, it's better like. Doesn't matter. Maybe if I increase the speed a bit. Yeah. Also the FPS do not really match. And I think this one I can set to all. Lightning also plays a huge role. Let's see. Maybe like that. And we have to adjust this guy here eventually a bit. And maybe not making it shiny at all. How do I do that again? Class. How did I do that again? Friends. This doesn't do anything. I think I have to check another material. That's also interesting. No, this is not how to do that. And this looks interesting, but it's not useful. What if I make this guy thicker? Solidify. Like so, maybe. So hold on. So okay. So need to end that soon. You know what? Did I actually use anything? No. Maybe I should use the. Yeah. Let's leave the transition off, like, because I like it. It's a little bit, maybe displacement is not needed, yeah. Because I thought I make this more wobbly, now I remember. But it doesn't really help. So let's see, like so. Yeah. I keep it off, so it's smoother. Yeah, that's better. Yeah. It would be nice though. Like so. If it comes out as points first, you know. If I do that, also maybe I need to change the speed of the method of the animation. Linear. So yeah, hold on a second. So okay, I just realized this guy is in the way all the time. That's typical me. Okay, let's check this out a bit. That's, I think it's better. It's the plane array, array also. Maybe I have to do it like so. See this one. Yeah, that's smoother. No, it's better. It's not like the thing I actually. Yeah, the beginning. At the beginning, I wanted to have like so maybe. What if this guy never becomes really full? Meaning it's always going to be a little bit transparent. Would that be better? Not really. Maybe the multiply method is not too good for that. Mm-mm. No, I don't like this at all. To right. Let's multiply it again. I cannot find the guy anymore. Okay, let me undo that. It was like that before. So this looks quite okay. Let's see, maybe I can. Maybe I can use the same principle in here. Okay, maybe we start here. This one. And then appears twice, and this one here. No, maybe that's better. Yeah, but now it doesn't. It's not dissolving at the beginning, which I would have liked. I think that's why I set it up like that in the first place. Well, let's do it in a different way. Before, first I'll do it like so. I'm gonna set this up so it's easier. Vice versa, this one, basically, in a word. That's good. I have this one here. And now I should be able to combine that. Like so. So. And I don't think this will work, but let's give it a try. Just see what happens if I do it like that. And yeah, doesn't make sense, but I was expected. Up. So that's good. We can just switch that from here. Then I don't know if this, I hope the transition is going to be smooth. Probably not. No, maybe it is. I think that's good. That's what I wanted actually. So, but yeah. Yeah, why not like that? Let's see. Blah. Still not ideal, but better than before. That's something. And now let's do some compositor, some after effects if you want. Gonna use Bloom, and then we need to turn that on. Let's see how this looks already. So this guy is very shiny, maybe because of the light. Very reflective. Let's use a different method. I don't want the guy to reflect too much. Here. But he's still reflecting the other way, right? Why do I have transparent shaders on anyways? Visible. No, it has to do with the light, I think. Yeah. Okay, then let's change the light stuff a bit. Do I need shadow actually? Yeah, a bit. Okay, well, maybe we're gonna increase that one, decrease the other one, then it should work also. Shader. Now let's increase the bloom. Oh, we don't even have bloom. I see. Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense, totally. Let's put this to 6. And the base color, we can do that. Ah, maybe not. Then I can decrease that again. What I increased it the first time. So let's say even let's overdo that. Then I'm looks shiny. Let's say 60, because this one shall really shine. But this might be too much now. Yeah, let's go back to 30. Adjusting that a bit. Size is okay. We have to make sure that it's not. For some reason, also this one works, although I didn't set up the alpha. Let's check out the final render. Looks good. The shininess shall not reach the outer rim of the camera, otherwise it's gonna be visible. Wouldn't look good. I like it. It reminds me on Christmas in Poland. The color, I mean. The Christmas trees were very, my grandma back then, she decorated always very colorful, which I liked. My mom doesn't like it. She likes certain, like 2 types of colors. But my grandpa did, grandma. And me too, I like it. Like very, the Christmas tree very colorful. Try a different method. Then we're reaching the outsides. No, that's not going to be good. Bloom again. Maybe it's bloom. But here, this is. You see the part. It's not. It cannot reach the outside of the. So we are limited with this method. Otherwise, we will see that as a rim, like in the final OBS. Like so. Why do I actually have bump there? For what anymore? Maybe it's because of the other thing. Displacement method would be also. Oh, this looks actually better without the bump, I think. I think I wanted to make some water drops. Probably that was the idea first. Gonna reset that value. Maybe this one. Nothing happens. Set this to. Yeah. Oula. So no. Yeah, this is unnecessary. Doesn't do much to it. Let's check out. I don't think I need that because it was performance. Let's check this out. How this would perform. Yeah, this is not so nice. Maybe then we need that again, and then maybe we can make it really pretty with this method. This depends. I cannot see the final result. Maybe it looks better in the final render. It was very shiny. What did I do here anyways? What is that? This is for the flow, for the separation of the lines. Let's check this out. How does this look? I don't know. Not necessarily better. I'll leave it like that. Okay, I'm gonna use this method here. Then I don't need. It's also less performance intense, and I like it better. But another thing is I could actually set this to 4D and make it more. Let's check out 2D. Is actually a bit better. Didn't expect that because but it makes sense because it's yeah. And it's also better for performance in general if you use 2D instead of 3D for procedural stuff. What do we use here? Generated. Let's use object. Okay, I'm gonna finish that soon. I'm pretty close to what I wanna have. I don't see that right now here. see. But let me change that back to 3D as it was before. Okay, I don't know, I screwed something up, I think. I'm gonna reload what you said, because I think I was close to what I had with the glow stuff, at least. Completely wrong guy. This one should actually, no, this one. Hey, I'm confused. Oh, let's see. Recently opened, recover, no, opened recently. Ah, I see, that's very similar, the names. This one here, okay. Okay, let me recover what I just did. See this one here. Can I recover? Huh. Maybe I just have to let it run once, just completely. Yeah, I think that happened. I have to deactivate and activate it again sometimes. Maybe it would be better when this is not animated, but the other thing is animated, the shader itself. I don't know. Compositor. Okay, I have to hurry up now. Compositor. This is the compositor. Huh? I thought this is the compositor. No. This one doesn't do anything anymore. At least I can't tell. Huh? Did I not put this in? Ah, this is 25. Okay. Like so, and you know what, let's do some motion blur too. Maybe this helps a bit, not sure about that. Let's see how this looks in the file. I'm gonna save that. Now I'm gonna override the guy here, rainbow guy. Finished overlays, and then rainbow. This one I'm gonna override. Save and wait, the resolution is not necessary. It's big. And now render, I hope. Yeah, the rainbow I have to think about a little bit. It's getting in the direction I wanted to, but it's not quite what I wanted. It was interesting working on it at least. So, okay, now let's compare this guy. Gonna here, rainbow. Now which one is which now? This one might be a new one. This one goes into here. Replace. I'm gonna delete this one. And now what's fast? Loop up. While it's not too bad, it's not what I wanted actually. And there's a glitch going on. Yeah, the rainbow guy, I'm gonna delete the guy because I still have to work on this. This is I don't need to keep it. I have to think also. I actually don't like the final result at all. I liked it better before. But you know, sometimes it is what it is. I think it's gonna get better, but then it's gonna get worse actually. So I'm gonna delete this one. What is that? It's the this is the rainbow water guy. That's okay. And here rainbow. Okay. Good. Well, that's enough for this recording. So I'm gonna go. Bye bye. Auf Wiedersehen.